Hey everybody, welcome to week one course review for HSA 1102, Introduction to Healthcare. All right, so your weekly reading for this week is chapter 1 and chapter 2. Make sure that you complete that. We will be having our Kaiser live sessions every Monday at 7 p.m. So this evening at 7 p.m. Well, when I'm recording it, of course. Okay, so each week you will have a discussion question. You'll have two discussion questions. So you're to provide 4 separate posts on 3 separate days. So you'll answer your first response, 1 post. You'll answer your second response and preferably on a separate day so that you get 2 posts. Now you have 2 posts on 2 separate days. And you'll need to respond to 2 other students, which will be 4 separate posts. And you, again, spread over 3 separate days. How you do it is up to you. Just make sure that you have 4 separate posts on 3 separate days. Any response to me, I do not count as a response. I'm trying to get you back on track to get you to where you need to be for the questions. So if you're not where you need to be, I will redirect you through my response and try to get you to answer the question properly. So it must be to 2 separate students and your 2 questions. If I do ask you a question and you do not respond, you will lose points. I'm taking time to read your responses and reply, so I expect that you're going to reply to mine as well. Again, I'm trying to redirect you so that you get full credit or get you back to the area that you need to be so that you can properly answer the question. All right, so for the first week, they're asking you, question 1 discusses thinking like a healthcare professional. In your own words, what does it mean to think like a healthcare professional? Now, when they say in your own words, you're not making things up. You're basing your discussion posts each week based on your reading that you did for the week. So what they're saying here when they say in your own words is that we don't want you to regurgitate what you read in the book word for word. Number one, it's plagiarism. But number two, I want to know that you understand what you read by putting it into your own words. Then list several examples that are listed within your reading and how you plan to incorporate those into your professional life. Then they also want you to think of a time when you encountered someone or something unprofessional in a healthcare arena while maintaining privacy. Feel free to share this experience with the class. So when you do this, I would prefer that it be in a healthcare arena. If you don't have an example of an unprofessional event that occurred in the healthcare arena, you can use one from something else in your personal life. Just make sure that you maintain privacy and share your experience. Response 2 is the history of healthcare. Within your reading, there are a list of events over time. And after you review those events, what they want you to do is list 3 events that you feel that were most significant to healthcare in today's society. So healthcare overall. And explain why you feel that they were significant. And then at least one event of that you feel was most beneficial to the patient, not to healthcare overall, but to the patient as an individual. And then what are some of the current healthcare trends and challenges that are also provided to you within your reading? And then respond to your, take time to read your fellow students' responses and then respond to them. Now, if you respond to the 4 separate posts on 3 separate days, you will have met the requirement. So if you do not, you will lose points from there. So make sure that if you don't understand that concept, because we deal with this every term, please contact me so I can further explain it to you. For the discussion, when it comes to APA, I do not expect a title page. I do not expect a reference page. What I do expect is that you're utilizing your textbook to answer the discussion question at minimum. So you must have at least one citation and one reference to the textbook within your post. So when you utilize that information that you took from the textbook at the end of that sentence, you should have paraphrased it and then cite it. If you're confused about APA, contact me and I will set up a one-on-one Kaiser Live with you and walk you through what APA is and how we use it. So again, I don't need a formal paper, just write out your discussion, make sure your citation's in there, and just below the discussion, your reference. All right, we also have a week 1 assignment. It's a written assignment. And within your reading, they discuss the 5-step problem solving process to identify a problem. And as it says in your reading, sometimes what you think is a problem may just be a symptom. It may not be the true problem, which means you have to delve deeper into the issue to find out what the real problem is. If I said that losing weight is my problem, is it really my problem, or am I making bad choices? Am I not exercising? What's the real problem that's causing my weight gain? Um, so if I delve deeper into it, losing weight may just be a symptom of the real problem of eating unhealthy and maybe not exercising the right way. Then you're going to gather information on that problem, and you're going to get those from um, reputable sources, maybe a medical journal, maybe a news article. You could even go to a social website and find out what other people are saying, but gather as much information. I always use, if you're diagnosed with cancer, you're going to find out as much as you can about that cancer so that you can figure out what kind of alternatives are out there for you. And that's the next step. After you've gathered your information, as much information as you can, then you're going to create alternatives. And you're going to brainstorm. Just write down whatever you think, and those are your alternatives. And then from those alternatives, you're going to choose an alternative or a hybrid of an alternative to take action on to solve the problem. And the important part here is that you choose the alternative, you take action on it. If you don't take action, it's just that. It's just a plan or a choice of an alternative. And then you're going to evaluate and revise if necessary. So tell me how you're going to measure your success. So if it's weight gain, maybe I plan on losing 2 pounds per week, and in 3 months I'm going to check to see if I've lost that. If I find that I'm not, how am I going to reevaluate that? And am I going to alter my choice of alternative, or am I going to scrap it and choose a whole new alternative? So that's what I'm looking for in that. So this is a formal written paper. It is a week 1 assignment. It is not, the final draft is not due until week 2. However, you do have to submit your assignment to the OWL, the Online Writing Lab, for review and recommendations. I have added a video in the announcements on how to locate and properly submit your paper to the OWL. Please take time to look at that, because by the end of the week, you should have your rough draft written and submitted to the OWL for review. Then once the OWL reviews, first when you submit it, you'll get an email that says they confirmed that they've received it. Once they've reviewed your work, they'll send you another email that has 2 attachments. 1, your submission form, and 2, your rough draft with their recommendations. Forward that email to me so that I know you have it, because that will be part of the grading. Once you have done that, take time to review their recommendations and incorporate them into your final draft before submitting it in week 2. You will need to have a final, a separate title page. You will need to double space your writing. You will need to have the appropriate font and writing style in your paper as per APA. You will also need a separate reference page. You have a week quiz this week, week 1 quiz. Make sure you take that quiz. Also, by the middle of the week, you should have already taken, if you haven't already done so, the pre-test, the certification, and introduce yourself to the class and to me so that we can introduce ourselves. So introduce yourself, take time to read some of the introductions and reply to those, and make your classmates feel welcome. If you're new to Kaiser, this can be a little overwhelming at first, but it's not undoable. I'm here to help, so make sure that you're reaching out to me. If you've been attending classes in Kaiser, you know how quickly these classes go, and it's easy to fall behind. So if you're experiencing any difficulty, anyone, contact me, and I am here to help, and I will help you. The best way to contact me is email. I check those quite frequently, even when I'm off. If I'm at work, I will answer the phone, and I also have provided my cell phone. If I'm available, I will answer. If not, I will return your call as soon as possible, but no calls after 9 p.m. All right, so that's it for week 1. If you have any questions, please let me know. Have a good day.